so that's when I first lost my leg, I had no idea really what my worth was going to be. I had tied every single thing that I valued into my ability to make people laugh and my ability to beat people up. And I was good at both, but when I was losing my leg, I wasn't sure if that's where my funny bone was, and I really wasn't sure what I would be worth athletically or what I would be able to accomplish. And there was a lot of times where I had doubts in my mind if I was going to be, a drag on everyone, or if I would still be able to pull the wagon. And so that moment, at that young of an age, had me realize, like, you've got to be prepared for these type of events that are going to happen. And I was lucky, fortunate with a nature and a support system, and had been in sports my whole life where I had enough losses and enough setbacks that I knew that this was just another one, and this was what I was preparing for that I didn't know. And then Coach Ken, who's up there, right after I lost my leg, he invited me to coach at the high school. And so it was a few months after I was amputated that I was already on the mat again, and I was wrestling with the high school team. I immediately learned that my ability to push through and to try to overcome this obstacle and to seek out my value still motivated them. And so I had a long time where I was just trying to live at maximum pace at that time. And then I had another couple setbacks with injuries and insurance problems and broken prosthetics. And there was a fundraiser to get me another prosthetic. And a lot of the kids were interviewed that I had coached. And it was so many of the kids who I thought had not got the message or did not get the point, who had lost a lot of matches, who had off the mat problems, had all kinds of issues, that said the nicest things and said they got the most out of it. And it created a switch in my approach that I'm looking for people that sports are good for, and the reason they're good for them is because of that aspect of it being a simulated problem. When you're in 7th grade and you have to go out and face a kid who looks tough in a small uniform with all your friends in the stadium, that's an emotional moment, and that's scary. And then you recognize that you don't die. You recognize that, there's bigger challenges out there, that kind of thing. So that's what I realized I was actually doing. And because of the extended time that I've been coaching, I've seen so many times that something that I taught in the wrestling room prepared somebody for that tragedy or that problem they had past then, that it just has cemented that belief. And so for me, I had always wanted to be an example of that. Every time things are going good for me, I want to get a big leap forward. And because of that ties into what I really wanted to say. What Chris and I have done, and especially him, everybody is capable of that. Anyone in here is capable of that. And we had a lot of help. Both of us have received so much help. And the reason why we received that help is because when times are good, we prove that if we have resources, we're going to boost and we're going to make the most of it. So that when times are bad and we need to ask, people know it's worth it. And so that's the kind of mindset that I want to get in everybody. If things are going right for you, and they're going right because I'm here talking to you, obviously, right? If things are going right for you, you've got to use that to boost yourself forward. And you have to simulate as many problems as you possibly can, because something bad is going to happen. You're going to get in a car crash, you're going to have this, you're going to have a family member pass away, you're going to have a million different circumstances. And if you didn't use that time to get ahead, stockpile your resources, build your relationships, it's going to be a million times harder to deal with that, and you're not going to have the hope. But if you challenged yourself and you built yourself up, you built your support system, and you proved you were worth it, everyone's going to come and support you. So